Alright, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm gonna say, I saw your tweet, Zerg Juno, and he's saying, you know, Fear Dragon is so confused why everyone is all-letting. Welcome, well, Ravi, welcome to C. And we might be seeing a little bit more of that as we spawn up here in the top right-hand corner of the map on top of the green Zerg player. The underdog in this series, but certainly not down and out just yet as he's tied it up. Give it up for Sioras. And his opponent spawning down here in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. Not going to be doing any kind of all-ins. Got the blue Zerg player representing Team Exile 5. It's KingkOng. With that hatch first. Hatch first on orbital shipyard, definitely preferable. I'm really surprised at how Sioras was able to take that last game. I am really quite surprised. Not because I doubt Sioras' capabilities, because he has impressed me not only with the 2-0 over Betrayus, but now tying up the series 1-1. But just the fact that that last game, it felt like, I don't know, just a nice punishment of KingkOng. I am not going to pretend like I understand ZvZ better than I do. ZvZ is definitely one of those matchups that I'm still learning a little bit more about as the Legacy of the Void continues to progress. But I will say that Sioras did manage to take that game, and it doesn't matter who or like how he managed to take that game. It's about the fact that he took it, and he's got to be feeling good about it. A 2-0 over Betrayus and tying up the series versus KingkOng. Getting ready to move into that the losers bracket semifinals? Question mark? No, this is the winners. This is the winners semifinals. Getting ready to move into the winners finals. Oh, I don't know. This is. Let me take a look at the bracket. Hold on. Okay. This is the winners finals. The winner of this is going to play in the grand finals, I think. Yes. The winner of this is going to play in the grand finals. Alright, glad we established that. I can bracket. Sorry guys, it has been over 8 hours now, solo casting. I'm starting to hit some of my mental limits on being a reasonable human being in terms of intelligent conversation. But we do have a faster third expansion coming down from KingkOng once again. This time it's not the more aggressive, faster, like natural expansion than the safer third expansion behind it. But we do have a evolution chamber coming down behind this for KingkOng. Evolution chamber coming down relatively early, maybe looking to go start up on those early upgrades, or could this be for some Overlord drops? Overlord is nicely positioned. He does have an opportunity to do some nice Overlord drops. Great positioning over here. We can lift up some units. You can lift up some units over here, drop in the main base, drop in the natural. We'll see if he opts for anything like that. In the meanwhile, going up for Lair Tech, and Sioras a bit further ahead on that Lair Tech. The very fast 2-base Lair Tech. But Roach Warren's being thrown down for both of these players, Sioras and KingkOng. And of course, KingkOng getting a scout out on this. Seeing everything that is there to be seen. Seeing the Roach Warren, seeing the Evolution Chamber over here. Also, missile techs being researched for both of these players very, very quickly. But again, it's about the fact that KingkOng has a third expansion. Sioras did not get a third expansion. Sioras started that Roach production a little bit earlier. And also went for the Spine Crawler again. I didn't notice the Spine Crawler. The Spine Crawler is really confusing me. I mean, he won the last game, so how much can I really criticize him for it? But still, it's a really weird Spine Crawler to me. Nidus Worm going down, so it looks like that is where those extra resources are going to be going. Sioras looking to go for the big aggression, looking to go for the big all-in, and that Nidus Worm is a really great way to say, hey, I'm not going to give you an opportunity to get that defender's advantage. I'm effectively going to negate it by just putting my units that as soon as they pop out of that Nidus Worm on your side of the map. And he is sitting up 8 roaches to 0. And now, of course, a couple of these roaches are going to be popping out for KingkOng. A lot of these roaches are going to be popping out for KingkOng. But where is the Nidus Worm going to be popping on down? Well, it's not inside the third expansion or the natural expansion or the main base. It's, in fact, right outside of the third. A bit more of a defensive posture as the Nidus Worm is all loaded up. We got the Queens in the mix as well. The Queens could be very useful. And suddenly KingkOng knows like he's got to be on the defensive. He does have most vision of over all of his main base, his natural, and his third. So he knows that it came out outside of his expansions. He's going to be well prepared. He moves all of his roaches over there. He's still sitting down in that roach count by a little bit, but it's not by a whole lot. Queen's being pulled. There's enough energy for a couple of transfuses, though, and that is going to be one of the big advantages that Sioras has in addition to having more roaches. And here we go. This has got to be the big defense for KingkOng. Sioras does not have a third. He's got to make a lot of damage happen to make this work. And the roaches over here are trying to move in around to the left-hand side. And they're doing an okay job. They're picking up some of these reinforcing roaches. And some of the roaches for Sioras are focus firing down the third expansion rather than his opponent's roaches. But more and more of these roaches for Sioras are coming in from the backside. He's creating a bit of a flank. And I think that Sioras is doing it. He's making it happen. Oh, Nidus Worm is getting focus fired down. That's a really great pickoff over there for KingkOng. Immediately, another Nidus Worm gets started up over here in the third expansion. But the third expansion is likely going to be going down. And that is one of the big advantages that KingkOng has. He still has a 6-worker lead, but he's still got to deal with all of these queens. He's still got to deal with a reinforcing Nidus Worm. Nidus Worm getting transfused as these roaches are trying to take it out. This is a very close fight, but I think that Sioras has the advantage. Another Nidus Worm going to get queued up. And Sioras, he's starting to push on through. He's starting to make some headway. I think that he has enough roaches that it's starting to snowball. KingkOng is trying to retreat back home. He doesn't have the larva injects going down. And I mean, neither does Sioras, but of course, that was another one of the big things that I think KingkOng is going to be relying on. Third expansion, going to be going down. 3 roaches, maybe looking for an opportunity to re-engage later on. But if Sioras can bust up this ramp, I feel like that's it. That's going to be game. The roaches come in from the backside, going after the Nidus Worm. Once again, there's only enough energy for 1 transfuse on that Nidus Worm. It does not go down. Another Nidus Worm is started up, and KingkOng is thinking about the best damn engagement he could potentially take at the top of this ramp. Is he actually going to do it? Transfuse goes down on one of the roaches. Sioras is starting to push on up, and the Nidus Worm finishes up again, and once again, the reinforcing wave is going to be coming in, and Sioras looks like he just has a bit too much. 13-10 roaches. It's a close fight. It is a very close fight. But these queens are adding in so much for Sioras, and KingkOng just doesn't have the queens. He just straight up does not. Another Nidus Worm ends up being built as the other Nidus Worm gets taken out. Once again, KingkOng, he's trying to build a spine crawler. He's trying to get up some hope of defense. He is still leading up 4 workers. But there's not a whole lot else he's going to be leading up in soon, as the roach count is just a little bit too ridiculous, and even the positioning on these roaches, they're getting some great hits. They're going to be able to potentially even take out the spawning pool if he's not careful, if he cannot get the great engagement he needs. KingkOng, he's looking so close to defending. Oh my god, I keep wanting to count KingkOng out, but he gets so close to defending, but I think this is finally it. The workers have all gone down. Sioras is up in the worker count. He's up in the roach count. He's going to continue to push on it. He's even going to throw down a couple of remaining transfuses. And that's got to be it. That's got to be GG. Ladies and gentlemen, Sioras, the underdog, takes out the only Korean in the bracket and moves on to the grand finals of WCS circuit Shanghai Oceanic Qualifiers. GG gets called. Sioras with victory.